Your brand. Is it a hit or a miss? You may have already spent thousands of dollars on design, colors, and slick copy. But until you learn that your brand is really your customer's impression, perception, and reflection of you, then you'll miss the difference between a purchase or a pass. Your brand is a journey that's taken by your customers, your business, and you. Take the first step by watching this short introduction to the Clear Brand Plan.
Welcome to the study. They say that first impressions are everything, but they're really not the only thing. Smart marketers know that customers don't buy a product or a service. They buy into an idea, and that idea is you. The purchase itself is often a matter of details. Hi, I'm Brad Cochran, and I have a long career in broadcast television, software copywriting, and TEDx coach. Let's begin with an example. I work with an ongoing group of high-powered executives and professional managers. Now, naturally driven, they are always on the lookout for new opportunities as well as new roles. In our get-togethers, they tend to introduce themselves through a long list of past accomplishments, a detailed resume, or an onslaught of facts. It's based on the belief that they are their data. Job titles, years employed, financial outcomes, a number of numbers. But in truth, those that are looking to buy, that are looking to hire, want that something extra that reveals the true person underneath. This resilience on past facts rather than underlying values keep them stuck in one place. It's as if they're driving their truck forward by looking in their rearview mirrors. Julie, an experienced project manager, was like that. Like any good job seeker, she could rattle off her certifications, previous employers, and budget numbers. But she was frustrated. It seemed her whole life consisted of finding those openings, getting that interview, but never ever landing the job. One day, I noticed she arrived to our meetings early to arrange the chairs. When I asked why, she replied, "I make sure that everyone has a seat." As a marketer, I realized that Julie didn't have a product problem, but a brand problem. Her product, in this case her resume, was excellent, packed with experience and qualifications. But Julie's real brand didn't convey her value, her natural affinity for organizing projects and people. Using my Clear Brand Plan framework, we created her new personal brand based on the belief that true project management is people management. And who does that best? Well, Julie, of course. She is now happily employed in a role she loves. Let me ask you, do you want to create a robust brand for your business? Then using a marketing template is essential. Think of it as a simple layout that guides copywriting and keeps your branding consistent. However, marketers can get it wrong. That was me years ago. I present customers a table of product features or perhaps a list of benefits. But my messaging did not land in the way that made a real difference, that is, the sale. You see, I was making a fundamental mistake of most brands. I focused on me, my company, my product, and my absolute conviction that you, the customer, buy my product. I was pushing data, the hard facts of overwhelming evidence meant to grind down your sales resistance. This is old-style transactional selling, which focuses on forcing a quick sale. It's talking at your customer rather than starting a conversation with your customer. Its history traces back to the days of advertising in newspapers, magazines, radio, and television. By necessity, brand messaging was one way, a broadcast to everybody in the hope that the right somebody would need our product at that moment and buy. And it worked. Sales went up. It's what I call the blind pig approach, in that even a blind pig will find an acorn now and then. Today we have the internet. You may have heard of it. That's enabled marketers to send out more messages on more channels at a lower price per message. The result? Customers are overwhelmed by sales pitches, and they automatically and unconsciously shut them down. Your customers are skeptical. The old ways have stopped working. The world doesn't need any more blind pigs. What is the cost of a sale that never was? I turn it around to the customer's point of view. Why would they want to actually buy my product? And do you know what? Customers don't care about my product, features, or company bragging. They only care about their problems and if my product can solve that. That's when I really discovered that what my customer wanted was a trusted advisor, someone they could believe in this overloaded world of claims, exaggerations, and outright lies. Today's customers aren't waiting passively to be marketed at with slogans and pressure sales. They are on a self-directed information-gathering journey in which they delight in their own power. They have taken control of the sales process, and today are only open to messages to which they can relate. Your customer is looking for more than a product. They're looking for a real conversation that builds trust. Here's the truth. People decide to buy for subtle emotional reasons rather than that endless list of features. On a deeper emotional level, they want to make the right decision in a way that protects their own ego. And they're always judging you in subtle and unseen ways. What they think of you matters and can be the difference between a purchase or a pass. Marketing has gone through a seismic shift from a focus on immediate sales, that's transactional, to developing customer connection measured by reputation, relationship selling. Our brand isn't defined by what we think it should be, but by what our customers say it is, and what their friends say it is. It's driven less by data and more by the customer's real need to connect emotionally to your brand and believe in your enterprise. How do we demonstrate authenticity and build trust in our brand? It begins with an understanding of human behavior. Imagine you live in a prehistoric world and you're encountering someone new, a stranger. You have questions. Friend or enemy? Do I trust them? Do their values match mine? What can they bring to the tribe? Let's look at it from a branding point of view. The process goes somewhat like this. We need to begin with the customer experience. The product is only part of this. It's about you. Are you easy to work with? Responsive? Buttoned up? These things matter. Remember that your customer is overwhelmed with all of these messages. They simply don't have time and energy to listen to it all. You must prove right away that you have something to say and are worth their time. This is not a new idea. In ancient times, Aristotle said that Greek plays were really just character in action. That is a revelation of true nature. Customers are looking for demonstrable reassurance. When the going gets tough, are you the kind of tough that gets going? Or are you the kind of tough that runs out the door? Your customer may not ask outright, but they want the sense that you and your company has a guiding principle, a philosophical compass, if you will, that directs your actions. It's an ancient question, so be prepared to answer, what's your purpose? Finally, you must back up your words with proof points. This, of course, is the realm of data, features, and facts. Unfortunately, this is where most salespeople begin their pitch, but this approach usually ends the conversation before it ever gets started. Why? Because facts trigger only two parts of the human brain. The rest of the brain gets to work asking a series of questions that have little to do with your product features and more to do with your brand. It boils down to the 5 questions that customers are really asking. It's how they make decisions about your product, your service, and you. It's a subtle, unconscious process, but without satisfactory answers, it's a tougher path to closing a sale. My personal mission is to champion great communication because it influences people to think, feel, and act. In fact, that's why I created the Clear Brand Plan. I'm here to help make your path to success easier. My program starts with a messaging template that articulates your company's underlying values while addressing your customers' real issues. and I'll walk you through it in my online course in 5 straightforward lessons. Because I want you to get the most out of this, I've added a bonus, 2 lessons. The first will help you attract the right customer, and the second will move them to action. But I'll be honest, it's up to you to do the work. Depending, some lessons may be hard, and some easy. But remember, if it's hard, you're in the right place. But you will not be alone. As another bonus, you'll automatically join the Clear Brand Plan Success Group, a community where you'll connect with like-minded people, get to bounce some ideas around, and find support, as well as use accountability strategies to move forward. We are smarter together. Let me share the real value of the Clear Brand Plan. Your brand is no longer vague or slick copywriting words that nobody believes. The Clear Brand Plan moves your customers to adopt the idea of you, which of course leads to more sales. Look for the details at the end of this webinar. In the meantime, because I want to share what you can expect, here's a preview of Lesson 3. Earlier, I mentioned Aristotle's character in action. One of the 5 customer questions you'll learn is, what is your brand's true nature? Although not my client, Les Schwab Tires answers this question perfectly. The company is a successful store chain in the Northwest. The motto is simple, doing the right thing since 1952. And they mean it. They help people out when things get tough. Les Schwab stories are so prevalent that there's even an advertising campaign.
My family and I were driving our 1-day-old son home from the hospital when we got a flat tire. With no spare in our car and nothing but rice fields in sight, we called Les Schwab. When Joe saw us on the side of the road with 2 babies, he insisted he'd drive me and the kids home.
Let's get you home safe.
While my husband waited for the tow truck. In no time, Joe's crew had our tire repaired and wouldn't even accept a tip for a ride home, saying it was
Baby's first gift.
I'm Estee Wood, and that's my Les Schwab story.
Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
So here's the question. Does Les Schwab sell tires? No, not really. They sell the adoption of their brand, the idea that they will always be there for you. Does Les Schwab have the cheapest tires? Sometimes, but not always. Do I care? Not in the least. Imagine customers seeking you out because of your brand reputation. It starts with likability. Now, the world of business changes rapidly. Doing it the same way we've always done it never lasts. However, there is a saying in sales that people buy from people they like. That never changes. Scientifically, this is known as influencing choice through a hedonic emotional experience. And likability isn't glib patter or slick copy. It's truth and trust. The insight here is that liking is long-lasting and more stable over time. Brand reputation lasts forever. It endures if we adapt, remain flexible, and look forward. We will survive and thrive. But on a deeper level, your unique Clear Brand Plan is a foundational principle that guides your business to profitability today and tomorrow. Roll up your sleeves and let's get to work. Follow the link here or go to storyfirstspeaker.com/clear. Let's start easy, work hard, and finish strong. I'll meet you back here in the study.
What do customers really want? Credibility, trust, and belief. How do they find it? By asking 5 simple questions. The answers become your brand, which is truly your customer's impression, perception, and reflection of you. Done correctly, you'll move your customers from a pass to a purchase. Done incorrectly, well, what is the cost of a sale that never was? Success favors the bold. Take charge of your brand by enrolling in the Clear Brand Plan Workshop. Now, your brand. Is it a hit or a miss? You may have already spent thousands of dollars on design, colors, and slick copy. But until you learn that your brand is really your customer's impression, perception, and reflection of you, then you'll miss the difference between a purchase or a pass. Your brand isn't a noun, but a verb, not a place, but a journey that's taken by your customers, your business, and you. Take the first step by watching this short webinar that introduces the clear brand plan.